Steve, a long Saturday night, mate. It was, but a good Saturday night. In fact, a much better Saturday night than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, as you say, it was a long couple of days really, trying to get everything set up. It's the first time we used the venue and we had to spend a lot of money to make it look good.
They did though, didn't they?
They did a good thing, and I was really pleased with it. I mean, the lighting that went in, the marquee that went up, and the actual staging and the screens made it look like a proper professional boxing event. Probably good enough for TV.
Without a doubt.
Obviously just a small all show, but no, we said we was going to go to Leeds and make it special, and we did. And the actual show, even though like we lost the chief support with Levi Smith, we lost Kobe, who's going to be in a decent fight, and Conor Lawrence, you know, so that's like 3 of the local guys, and they only had a couple of weeks to put it together. But when we go through the card now, there's reasons why people were added on, and they delivered. So the first fight of the night was Jake Goodwin against MJ Hall. So obviously Jake was coming on the back of 2 losses, so he probably got an opponent that he wouldn't have normally boxed, but you know he needed, should we say, the confidence builder to come back with, and
get back to winning ways.
He boxed nice and tight and bonny, didn't he? There was nothing too flash or extravagant of him, and you know that's what I expected, and he'll move on from that. So he'll be back in 6 rounders next, and someone a bit more competitive in the other corner. But it did what it needed to do on Saturday night. Then we had a guest, Laura Payne, who we know nothing about. Her manager just asked if we could put her on the show, and she boxed in what was a really competitive fight. I didn't expect it to be from when I'd seen him at the weigh-in, but fair play to the Sara girl who give it her all, and made it competitive. So that was okay. Jamie Mellers v Joe Harder. Joe come and had a goal, didn't he? And I was thinking about that. It must have been because he's from Leeds.
Local rivalry.
But no, that made it. And obviously Jamie Mellers coming off a knockout loss against our lad on our show in Blackwill Goldie, which is nothing to be ashamed of. And he's come back and had a win. And I know his manager Jimmy Harrington very well, a good friend of ours. And you know, we said we'll try and help him to steer him back to where he wants to be. And then Jake Abrol
very good,
jumped on with I think 2 weeks notice when everything went down. I wanted to showcase him away from Blackpool and let people see how good he is, and he got a great 3rd round knockout, didn't he? You know, put a couple of good body shots up and then switched it to the head, and a good knockout. Then the upset of the night was Jie Wilkinson, who got beat by Vaida, who we've had over here before.
She's good
she's getting better. She beat Liz Uzi last week, but to be honest, we expected Jodie to have a bit too much for her, but I think there was a lot going on outside of the ring that's affected the performance. But she wanted to fight, and she's still glad that she did. She's got it out of the way, and you know, I've told her now she's got to have a couple of wins and then come back and beat that girl, because you know we expect a TB girl to be moving on to titles soon. So you know, she's happy. That's what we're going to do with her. And then another guest from Preston, Levi Barnes, who wanted people to have a look at. Had a spectacular stoppage over Richard Helm, who's one tough man, and took a lot of shots on Saturday night, but I don't think even now they know where they were coming from.
No, he's hard to read, isn't he, Levi?
Yeah, so
body, head, movement, he's got everything.
So I think after his first 4 fights as a pro with no stoppage, he was thinking, oh, it's not for me the pro game, but he's going to have 2 stoppages, and like Richard's one tough guy, isn't he? So you know, that's a feather in his cap, and like Jake, he'll be back out on the 7th September, which is our next event. So we've got a 6-week break, and I'm sat here on the Monday after the Saturday. We're really looking forward to it, so that's good. Roan Stanley from Hull got the Josh Cup. test who's very awkward and it's hard to look good against, but Roan from the off wanted to get stuck in and let his hands go, and I think we were saying Saturday night, that's what we like to see with our lads, and that was a good fight.
I think the thing you can take from that, mate, is very hard to land clean on Josh Cook. He's good defensively, he's very, very good. And Roan was landing clean all the way through the fight, wasn't he?
Yeah, then Radley Ray, again, Radley's been in the gym a lot, you know, he obviously lost to Tyler Denny, changed his coaches, and he dropped back down to our small halls, and he should have been on the TV, which has been delayed, so just to keep him busy, he jumped in, and to be honest, we brought him a tough guy who just done 6 rounds with Billy Dines, who's like strong light heavyweight, and I thought he'd get some rounds, but he was sensational when he just come out and blitzed him with every shot in the book. And put him out, and that'll do his confidence a world of good. He's going into big local derby with Mark Efron, so
when is that? Do we know yet?
it's supposed to be the end of August. We're just waiting for the date on that, but you know, I have spoken to Boxer and they said we can announce it because the fight's done. You just don't know what date it is yet. So
I'll be strange that, because I remember when Brad was still an amateur and we were both training at Ricky's gym, was there as well as Brad, and we used to do loads of rounds together, and being featured.
I knew Mark trained there.
Yeah,
Trained most places.
that's true. Well, he's not trained, that's the
yeah, and so the next one then, which possibly could have been fighting the night, Hashim against Lopez, the Mexican, who come to win, and Ash caught him fantastic in the first round, put him down. He didn't look like he was getting up. I mean, whether he missed read the count, I don't know, but he got up at 9. He could have been waved off, but fair play to him. He carried on, and he come back into the fight later on, and it ended up that knockdown being the difference between.
Yeah, but I think that was wrong though, because it was 57, 56 was it, or 58, 57. One point in it, so like you say, the knockdown made the difference. But yes, it was competitive, but I thought it was 4-2 at worst in rounds for him.
Yeah, well, they looked at it 3-3 with a knockdown, didn't they? But hey ho, and then Lewis Bay v Nathan Darby didn't really set on fire, and the thing with that Nathan Darby, as I've been saying, is he's going to be one of the best journeymen around there. He's really good at avoiding punches, isn't he? So yeah, that was
takes that from Mr. Whittaker, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then 8 rounder for Travis Waters, who's I think he's had 5 stoppages out of his 7. I think last 2 of them been early. So for it to go the 8 rounds was really good for Travis.
He looked like he was going to at first though, because he took some punishment that.
But he come back, and he had a big 4th round as well, and Travis, to be fair, settled down and started boxing a bit better, but as I say, if he'd have got an early round knockout, he'd never got the experience that he did on Saturday night. And fair play to that Robin Zamora. I've seen him over there before, and he showed a lot more than he has done before. So
he had to, didn't he? He had to, I think, but if he would have just gone into that journey mode, I think he would have stopped him, but he had to fight back to stay in that fight.
Yeah, so that ticks a box what we needed to get out of Travis, so he'll top our show in County Durham in October. And then the last fight of the night, Ibrahim beat a really tough man in Ocampo. Didn't do anything offensively really, because Iby never give him chance. It was the best I've seen Iby fight, and he was aggressive, and I've been saying to his manager Paul Speak for a while, you need to get him to look like people come and watch him fight, that he wants to do it, and he was great. He was absolutely fantastic.
I thought he was going to be the 3rd man to stop that Ocampo, because he very rarely does get stopped. He was tough as no one, but that was a tough night for him.
Oh yeah, he took a beating. The idea with Iby being the last on was he's from Leeds, and we're going to do a lot more in Leeds with Josh Waddington now being on board, and we need to start building up some stars for the future from Leeds, and hopefully Iby can be one of them. Yeah.
That's probably one of the first times he's boxing in his home because he's from Keighley, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's always trained at Bury as an amateur, and he's always been over here, you know, with Ricky since he's been pro. So I don't think he's ever fought anywhere near home.
Yeah. So Saturday night in Leeds ticks a lot of the boxes for us, and last show of the season for us, which, as I say, I'm ready for the break. Back out 7th September in Blackpool. Got 2 great Commonwealth youth title fights topping that, and then
Wolves youth title.
I don't think so. The new ones these with the Commonwealth, so they might be the first ever in the UK. So we've got Joe Howard and Jake Abrol fighting for them. Two of our exciting prospects, and then we're at Bolton on the 28th of September. Couple of title fights. One we're still just trying to make, but the one we got over the line the other day was Nathan Koalas for the Central Area Cruiserweight side, Sheldon McDonald. So that's going to be a stormer. So yeah, plenty to look forward to, Lee. But glad to get that out of the way, mate.
Nice one, Steve. See you later, mate.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.